I'm sorry, I'm the solo guest here. Some other guests who were going to join us and I was looking forward to being with dropped out for perfectly plausible reasons. And I think it's owe the audience an explanation of why that's the case and why I'm still standing. Um, since I agreed to come on this program with you, Joe, and I did so happily because Zocalo is a wonderful institution, and I think Canadians ought to know more about it. And I had a wonderful time in Los Angeles and saw the fantastic work that Zocalo does to create the kind of virtual and real public square for public discussion. And I thought it's a great model. Um, so I accepted because of Zocalo, and I accepted because it had a connection to U of T, which is my alma mater. But what's happened is that many people have been in contact with me, colleagues and friends, people I deeply respect at the University of Toronto, wanting me to be aware that the Canadian Association of University Teachers has censured the University of Toronto for a recent episode in which um, a candidate for a appointment at the law school um, uh, outside influence was exerted on this candidate on this candidacy, and this candidate who had every qualification to be appointed to this law school appointment didn't get the appointment. The appointment was withdrawn, and in the uproar that followed, it appears that some influence was exerted on the law school, and the central administration also uh, did not uphold the basic standards of institutional autonomy and academic freedom. What do those mean? Institutional autonomy means a university has to make appointments free of external interference from donors, from political groups, from anybody. This is an academic decision that has to be made in the House on strictly academic grounds. And the claim was that this candidate was fully qualified for this post. So that's the first problem, infringement of institutional autonomy. But institutional autonomy is the condition for academic freedom. Academics can't be free to write and publish and be hired and be promoted unless those decisions are entirely free from external interference. And there is some evidence that external influence was brought to bear on this appointment in a proper way. And many of my friends and colleagues at the University of Toronto were outraged. And the Canadian Association of University Teachers then censured the university. And I support the criticism of my alma mater. It pains me to say so because I owe tremendous lot to the U of T. Got my start there. Wonderful place. And for Canada, without any question, our greatest university. But they got it wrong here. The law school got it wrong. I think the central administration made mistakes. But then the question becomes, why am I here? Why shouldn't I just, walk off like some of the other people who, for perfectly legitimate reasons, said they don't want to show up because they don't want to be associated with this controversy and they don't want to appear to, to approve of what the University of Toronto did. And I respect that position, but I respectfully, disagree. And I've had very strong emails with close friends at the U of T about this today, in fact. I just think that in a entirely legitimate censure and protest against a university for getting its fundamental values wrong, there is a risk that if you censor and then have no public events at the U of T where external people can come in, the consequence may actually endanger the value that you want to defend, namely academic freedom. Because what does academic freedom depend on? It depends on the public square. It depends on discussion and debate. And that's why I felt respectfully I should show up. I would welcome comments and criticisms, and people who think I shouldn't be there should be free to say what they feel. But I kind of feel show up. And let me tell you one final reason why I care about this, because I led a university, I'm still leading a university that was thrown out of a country and had to defend its academic freedom. So, and its institutional autonomy. So I kind of know something about these values. We fought to defend them, and we're still fighting to defend them. And the situation for academic freedom in the country where CU was founded is dire. Central European University was founded in 1991, established in Hungary, and was thrown out of Hungary by the Viktor Orban regime. And we are now in Vienna, and I'm speaking to you from Vienna. So enough of my speech. I hope that just clarifies why I've decided to be here.